Okay, our next section is First Nephi 10, 17 through 19. It's the section that says, God will reveal truth to me if I diligently seek it. And so it just talks about the differences between how Nephi responded versus Laman and Lemuel to their father's teachings. And I guess we'll focus more on Nephi because we want to be like Nephi, right? No one wants to be a Laman and a Lemuel. So we'll look and see, discuss Nephi's response to Lehi's teachings. I love in chapter 11, verse 1, it says, For it came to pass after I had desired, so first he desired, to know the things that my father had seen, and number 2, believing that the Lord was able to make them known unto me, I sat, number 3, pondering in mine heart. As I sat pondering in my heart, I was caught away in the spirit of the Lord, yea, to an exceeding high mountain, which I had never before seen. And then he goes on to receive the knowledge that he wanted and the understanding of Lehi's vision.
So what were those steps?
So the steps, desire, believe that you will receive an answer, ponder, and then receive. Those were kind of the 4 things that stuck out to me on how his process was to be able to receive his confirmation and understanding from the Holy Ghost.
There's a lot of principles in these short verses that just talk to us about receiving. How do we receive revelation? How do we receive inspiration? I think it was Laura, I think you're the one you quoted in our first series of videos that it is going to be, is it impossible in the latter days to survive without the constant
Holy Ghost.
Yeah. Without receiving spiritual guidance and revelation, it will be near impossible to survive in these last days. And so there's a great need to receive and to receive for ourselves revelation. So there's a lot of principles that we learn from Nephi and his example. Another thing that kind of stuck out to me, I loved Laura's kind of the procedural way, the desire, believe, ponder, receive. Almost a rhyme. Yeah. And but one principle that stood out to me is diligently seeking. Diligently seeking. Most answers in my life, they never just came in just an easy. And I have had moments like that. I have had moments where the minute the question is asked, an answer comes, almost like a light switch just being turned on in a room. And I've had those experiences. But I think that the harder questions always came with time. And I had an experience, actually, this goes back to the mission days, and I spoke with a member who was a Seventh-day Adventist. And we talked for a long time. This came into a little bit of the pride side of my missionary days, but he had taken lessons before, and the missionaries essentially said he is very converted to his faith being a Seventh-day Adventist, and will not listen to the missionaries. And so that kind of played into like my ego a little bit. It was like, I want to go convert the Seventh-day Adventist. And also, I never met a Seventh-day Adventist, so I was kind of also interested in learning about his religion. And so anyways, we went there, and I think the opposite happened. He kind of converted me or caused me to doubt that we're supposed to go to church on Sunday. And I had this doubt moment, and I left that appointment in a way a little bit defeated, because I felt like his reasoning was a lot sharper than mine. And so I remember talking with my companion about that, and he said essentially what Nephi did, but he said, well, if you will study it out, you can learn the truth of why we go to church on Sunday. And so I spent my next 3 days during my personal study only studying that. And I don't think it was an actual verse I read, a talk I read, a thought that was given. I read a lot, but the spiritual witness that I received in seeking an answer to why we go to church on Sunday and not Saturday or not another day. Why is Sunday the day that we go to church? And it was a cool experience for me because it was revelation came as I was seeking an answer in other places. And so that just, as I read that phrase, he who seeks him diligently will find, and just our role in receiving revelation.
I love that. And my scripture's kind of closed here, but there was a part in 11 that says, well, let's see, where was that? It just said, in verse 2, it says, "And the Spirit said unto me, Behold, what desirest thou?" And I just love that question, because I think God really does have faith in us and like trusts us to, if we really are desires to know, He will tell us. Like He will let us know the things that we need to know, or that we're desiring to know. And so I just love that He asked, "So what do you want to know?"
Yeah.
I'll let you know. So if you do have that desire, if you do the diligently seek, understanding, He's more than happy and willing to let us receive revelation.
This phrase comes up a lot with Nephi, a desire to learn the mysteries of God. Sister Leedy Catali spoke today in sacrament meeting, and I guess as you're seeing this video, a couple of days ago, but she spoke in sacrament meeting about the mysteries of God, and she said, I don't know if she said it or if I just kind of heard it, but she essentially said the mysteries of God will be unfolded in the temple. Laura mentioned that Nephi went into a high mountain, an exceeding high mountain, to receive these things. And with Leedy's invitation of finding the mysteries of God in the temple, and I actually wrote on my program, the mysteries of God equal covenants. The covenants that we make with God. And God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He loves his children. He loved Nephi, but he loves Peter just as much as he loves Nephi. He loves Laura just as much as he loves Peter, who is just as much as he loves Nephi. He loves all of his children. He is an unchanging father who wants his children to be happy. And take faith when you read the scriptures, because that same God that is revealing to them can reveal to us. Have hope, have faith, be believing, and then receive what he is willing to give.